and hope that you are getting ready for an awesome weekend. So it is Saturday, September the 23rd, and thought I'd come on here for just a few minutes to share what I've been watching lately, what is going on in the world of physical media that I'm excited about, and to hear a little bit about what you guys are watching this weekend. So I've got a number of things on my plate for this weekend. I know that it's early Saturday morning, so most of you will catch this on the replay, but I just wanted to get my thoughts out there on what I've been watching lately because I have been watching a lot of fascinating titles from a lot of different labels, Arrow, Criterion, different studios. So just looking forward to sharing with you what I've been watching and to hear about what you've been watching and what you're planning to watch this weekend. I'll also share what I'm planning to watch this weekend as well. So I see we have a few people in the chat here. We have Kevin L. How are you doing, Kevin? Hope you're doing well. I see Wilkie's Music and Movies and Music. Hello there to you. Happy Saturday morning. Hope you all are doing great today. So, what have I been watching? Of course, I went on a recent camping trip with my son. Really enjoyed that. That was a ton of fun. It's one of those getaways where the cabin is set up for you, and it's sort of like a glamping trip. So, I didn't want to go all the way and rough it in a tent. So, I wanted to sort of do sort of the midway thing, and we did the glamping thing and had a great time with that. But yeah, what have I been watching lately? Some good stuff. Arrow titles. Silent Running. This is a really good title. This is a film from Douglas Trumbull. Is it Trumbull? Yeah, Trumbull. Starring Bruce Dern. 1972 film, science fiction movie. It's really good. I really dug this movie. It looks great on this 4K. It's about this man it's in the future, and it's about a man who is taking care of crops that are sort of kept in space because the world has been wrecked and you can't grow any foliage on the earth anymore. And he is trying to keep these crops alive. So I'll leave it at that. There's a plot element in here about saving the crops, saving Earth's resources. That's very interesting. I really enjoyed this film. The character that Bruce Dern played gets conflicted in this film in interesting ways that I think make this film a really fascinating title to check out. So I would definitely recommend this film. I got it on 4K Ultra HD from Arrow Video. It's called Silent Running. It's really good. Really dig this movie. All right. I saw another Arrow title starring Tom Skerritt, who, of course, appeared in Top Gun with Tom Cruise. But this is a film he appeared in a few years earlier in the early 80s. And I got this on Arrow Blu ray. It's called Fighting Back. Tom Skerritt plays a deli owner in Philadelphia. There are some criminal elements at play, some bad guys who are causing trouble in the neighborhood, do all kinds of bad things. And it gets to a boiling point. Tom Skerritt has had enough. Enough is enough. He's not taking it anymore. And he organizes the community to fight back. And you see Tom Skerritt taking it to the streets, taking it to, the bad guys out there, and basically taking on his own brand of vigilante justice. It's sort of like a Charles Bronson Death Wish type film. I really enjoyed it. Fighting Back. This is on Arrow Blu-ray. It recently came out. It looks really nice. I was pretty pleased with how this film looked on this Blu-ray. It looks really nice. Similar to this 4K for Silent Running. I love these 70s and 80s films that are restored with these nice 4K restorations, put on a 4K disc, as in the case of Silent Running, 4K with Dolby Vision, looks excellent. And in the case of this film here, this nice 1080p presentation looks really nice for this 80s film, Fighting Back. So yeah, two wonderful additions from Arrow Video that I really enjoyed that I would definitely recommend if you're looking for something different to check out, but definitely consider those on an upcoming Arrow sale. Now, I'm about to show you what is probably the best film that I've seen all year long. This is a wonderful film. A24 has done it again. This film it has so much going on emotionally, and it literally will wreck you. But it will also it's uplifting, but it's also wrecking. It is heartwarming, but it's also heartbreaking. At the same time, it is past lives. This is a wonderful love story. It's a wonderful story of love, heartbreak, heartache, longing, possibilities, wondering what could have been, what might should have been, what you have to realize may never be. And it is just a beautiful love story of two young people in Korea at three different stages of their life. When they're 12 years old, and at the time that they're 12-year-old kids that you see on the back here, they are separated because the girl's family decides to immigrate to the West. And so at the age of 12, they separate. And then 12 years later, they are reconnected online. And then 12 years later, they reconnect again. So you see them at different stages of their lives, 12 years apart. And you see them as children and then as adults. And you learn about their past lives. And it is, I don't want to spoil it other than to say that it is a love story unlike any that you've seen. It is absolutely phenomenal. I see Traveling Man says Past Lives was incredible. I really enjoy your reviews. Thank you, Hawkeye. I appreciate that. Lance Jackson says the movie. I'm working backwards through the comments here. What's up, everyone? Happy Saturday to you all. Happy Saturday. Lutalo says, what's up? Hawkeye says, good morning. Yeah. So, but yes, an early Saturday morning, I'm just on here for a few minutes to share the things that I've recently watched, share what I'm planning to watch this weekend, and also to hear what you all are watching. So, yeah, that was Past Lives. Highly recommended. One of the best stories you will see all year long. It might be the best movie you see this year. And I got it at Best Buy for like $15.99, so or something like that. Great price. It's on Blu-ray. Looks fantastic. It's a new film from 2023, and I cannot recommend it enough. I think this might be this director's directorial debut, and it is phenomenal. Phenomenal. All right, Criterion Collection. What have I watched recently from the Criterion Collection? Well, I did a review of this title on the channel that went out on Thursday, The Trial. So this is spy number 1191. This is the Orson Welles film. He directed this film from 1962, stars Anthony Perkins. Now, this film came out a couple years after Psycho from 1960, the Alfred Hitchcock classic. Anthony Perkins starred in that, and he stars in this film directed by Orson Welles. Phenomenal, phenomenal take on Franz Kafka's novel of the same name, The Trial. As I said in my review, this is a film that's a bit abstract and surreal, so it's not really for everybody. I will tell you that up front. I would definitely read a little bit about it and familiarize yourself with Franz Kafka's work before purchasing a title like this, because you just need to understand that this is sort of a non-conventional type narrative. It's a film that's a little bit difficult to follow in terms of what's going on. It's basically about a man who is accused of a crime. You never know what the crime, you never know what the crime is. He never knows what the crime is. The viewer never knows what the crime is. And he's in this labyrinthian maze of a legal system that he doesn't understand, and red tape, bureaucracy, and it's just a crazy journey that you see Anthony Perkins' character, Mr. K, go on as he's accused of something that he doesn't know what it is, and he's in a hopeless situation dealing with this legal system. So that's the story of The Trial. It's based on the Franz Kafka novel of the same name from the 1920s, and it's very Kafkaesque. So this is a good addition though. If you decide to get this, definitely check out the special features, because there's a wonderful hour and 23-minute discussion between Orson Welles and some university students who are asking him about the making of this film. And you hear a lot from Orson Welles about his philosophy on filmmaking, what his thought process was and the decisions he made in this film. So it's really, really good. Fantastic. As well as Jean Moreau appears in this, and Romy Schneider. There's a wonderful discussion between Jean Moreau and Orson Welles, and from 1981 in Paris. So definitely consider checking this out if you're up for a surreal, adventure that's not your conventional story. So if you're up for that, you might want to consider the trial. This is on 4K Ultra HD. It's in black and white, and it looks fantastic. It doesn't have Dolby Vision, or HDR, but it looks really, really good on this 4K nonetheless. So that's the trial. Really enjoyed that. Check out the review on the channel. Now, of course, we're getting ready to go into spooky season, horror season, and let's see here. What is your all-time favorite A24 film? Everything, Everywhere, All at Once would be my favorite. I really want to get that release. Yes, looks great. Yeah, definitely pick up Past Lives. Highly recommend it. It is definitely one you won't want to miss. All right. This is the title. It's spooky season. We're getting ready to go into, I cannot believe today's the first day of fall. Happy fall, everybody. Happy Saturday. Happy fall. Good morning. Good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. But today is the first day of fall. Summer is behind us. And I can feel the weather changing. And because of that, it's time to dive into some of these horror movies. And this is a horror film that I am seeing for the first time, that I saw for the first time the other night. I've heard a lot of things about it, but now I've seen it for myself, and it is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Got this steel book from Dark Sky Films. Got this from Best Buy. Here's the J cover. Got this from Best Buy, I think a few weeks ago, and finally popped this in the player. And man, this movie is really something. It is. I got it on. It's on 4K, and the picture quality, I think, for the aesthetic of this film, I think is absolutely perfect, because you don't want this film to look. You don't. This is not a film that's meant to look pretty. It's a film that has a very gritty, grungy look to it, and that's the aesthetic of this film. So I think what this 4K does is it faithfully, renders that image, and you have a very nice looking, gritty, grungy picture is what you have here. So it's not meant to be perfectly pristine, looking like a modern, you know, movie shot on digital. Is meant to look like a film that was shot, given the elements and the conditions that they shot it in, and with that rough grindhouse look to it. So definitely looks good on this 4K, given the type of film that this is. But this film is really something. I mean, the characters, the what goes on in this story, it's pretty incredible. So I really enjoyed. I don't. I'm not even sure if I can say I enjoyed. I found watching this film fascinating. It's a really fascinating horror film. So that's where I'll leave it. I'm not sure if I'll do a full review of this on this channel, but I definitely am glad I finally got around to watching this horror classic. And watching it, I can see why it is a horror classic. It is terrifying. It is just something else. I struggle to fully describe it, but man, the whole Leatherface thing, and the people that are involved with him, and the motivations of these characters, it's pretty rough. So let's see. My favorite A24 film, says Darvin, has to be Climax. I have not seen that one. But Lutalo Moore says Past Lives seems intriguing. I might pick it up. Kino Lorber is having a flash sale until October 10th. I'm going to have to switch up my movie purchases for the upcoming week. Okay, yeah. What Kino titles are y'all looking to pick up in this sale? I may sit out this sale for Kino, but definitely let me know what titles y'all are picking up. All right, what else have I been watching lately? Here is a double feature recommendation for you that includes Criterion. I highly recommend this double feature. This is an original and it's excellent remake. The remake might be better than the original. So I definitely recommend these as a double feature that I think you will enjoy. Insomnia. This is the Criterion Collection edition of Insomnia, the 1997 film from Erik Skolberg. This is a Scandinavian film. It's in Norwegian and Swedish language. It is spine number 47, stars Stellan Skarsgård. This is a phenomenal film. Okay, this is about a murder mystery. It's a crime mystery thriller film, is what this is. You have Stellan Skarsgård. He's a detective. He's called in to investigate a case. He has a bit of a checkered past, and that past begins to catch up with him in this film. And it is a fascinating, fascinating story. I really enjoyed revisiting this film. I've had this title in my collection for a number of years, but it's been a long time since I've seen it. I saw it recently, and it's so, so, so good. This film is from 1997, and I cannot recommend it enough. This was back when this is the dual format edition. So this is back when Criterion was doing dual format. This is the Blu-ray. This is the DVD. Of course, Criterion no longer does the dual format anymore. At least, not in this way. But yeah, this is the dual format edition from years ago. This 1997 film, Insomnia, had an American remake in 2002, directed by Christopher Nolan, who, of course, has given us Oppenheimer recently. But back in 2002, he gave us this film, Insomnia, starring Al Pacino, Robin Williams, and Hilary Swank. And this film is just as good, if not better, than the original film, which was awesome. So this was awesome. This is awesome as well, but this is a great remake of that original film. And I highly recommend, picking these up or just watching these as a double feature. In this case, Al Pacino is the detective who is called in to solve this murder case. He has a checkered past as well. Similar story, but, slightly different spin on it. It's a different location. This is in Alaska, and then this is in Scandinavia. But the reason why it's called Insomnia is because the detective is having trouble sleeping because he's in an area of the world where it's daylight all the time because of the location and the rotation of the Earth toward the sun. Different times of the year, you have like almost night sunlight all day long, and at other times of the year, you have darkness all day long. So he's solving. They are solving these cases in situations where there's sunlight all day long, and they have trouble sleeping, and they get insomnia. But just a fantastic double feature recommendation that you may want to consider. So, Traveling Man says, yes, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is haunting based on a true story. The special features are extensive. Yeah, I looked that up in terms of, I think they said it's not really based on a true story. It's presented as if it were, but it's sort of loosely based on certain things. Adrian James, hello. Hello to you, Adrian. Good afternoon to you across the pond there. Hope you're doing well, Adrian. And see, Hawkeye, awesome double feature recommendation. Yeah, I cannot recommend that enough. Definitely, I'm always giving you Criterion Collection recommendations. This is a good one. Get Insomnia on Criterion Collection Blu-ray. I'm wondering if this will eventually get a 4K because this Blu-ray is based off of a 4K restoration. So I'm wondering if they'll put this out on 4K. If they do, I will pick this up. I will double dip because I love this film. Love it. And I bought it years ago. But the American remake is probably even better. You see Robin Williams' character there on the back. This is a great movie. Don't sleep on Insomnia. I'll just leave it at that. Fantastic film. All right, so those are what I've been watching lately. Now, what I plan to watch this weekend, of course, I got to check out my Georgia Bulldogs. They are taking on the UAB Blazers this evening at 7:30 on ESPN2, so I'll be checking that out. But then, as well as some other college football action. But as far as movies, I've got two movies I plan to pop into the player this weekend, and here they are. Recently picked up The Exorcist on 4K. So I will plan to, it's been a long time since I've seen this movie. So I'm looking forward to seeing this again on 4K. Checking this out. This slipcover, this is horrendous. I wish they had just gone with the standard movie poster art, but this is horrendous. But I'm looking forward to checking out the actual film on 4K. They've got two 4K discs. The director's, let me see, it's the extended director's cut and the original theatrical version. So I think I'll check out the extended director's cut. I think I'll watch that. that version. But yeah, this is of course the classic 1973 film directed by Mr. William Friedkin, who recently passed away. Max von Sydow. This is a fantastic, fantastic film. So I'm looking forward to revisiting this horror classic this weekend. The Exorcist, and of course, this Criterion Blu-ray of Don't Look Now. This is getting a 4K upgrade. So going to decide if I'm going to upgrade to 4K, but this is the Blu-ray. Looking forward to revisiting this title. This is also 1973, starring Donald Sutherland and Julie Christie. So Don't Look Now, this is directed by Nicholas Roeg, which he recently got another 4K upgrade of Walkabout, his title in the collection. But this is spy number 745, Don't Look Now. I'm really looking forward to revisiting this title, and that'll be part of my weekend watch. So some college football, a couple of horror movies. Let me know in the comments whether you're watching this now or on a replay, what you plan to watch this weekend. Let's see. I want to buy Insomnia, says Traveling Man, but with Criterion updating random back catalogs to 4K, I will definitely wait. Yeah, that's probably a good call because Insomnia is based on the Blu-ray is based on a 4K digital restoration. So who knows? That might get a 4K at some point. Traveling Man, I bought The Exorcist on 4K Blu-ray. The Best Buy Steelbook had a better cover. Buy Don't Look Back at an upcoming Criterion sale on 4K. Yeah, if you don't already have Don't Look Back, you will have an opportunity starting next month to get that on 4K, which is awesome. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is inspired by real-life serial killer Ed Gein, says Lutalo Moore. Okay. And Wilkie's Movies and Music, I want to finally break into my Arrow Gothic Fantastical set. Cool. We'll definitely do that. But yeah, there's a lot to watch out there in the world of physical media and entertainment. But I just wanted to come on here and share with you some of the things I've been watching lately and share with you, what I plan to watch this weekend. So just a quick recap: Silent Running on Arrow 4K, fantastic. Fighting Back on Arrow Blu-ray, fantastic. Just love these titles. This is probably the best movie I've seen all year, Past Lives, on this Blu-ray. So good from A24. It's probably the best movie of the year so far that I've seen. Orson Welles' The Trial, starring Anthony Perkins. Fantastic Criterion release. If you're up for this type of a surreal story, check it out. And then, of course, I recommend a double feature of Insomnia. Fantastic stuff. And of course, this crazy horror film, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So these are the titles that I've been watching lately. Looking forward to watching more horror thriller titles over the next month with spooky season. And then this is on my watch list for this weekend, in addition to college football. So yeah. So let me know in the comments section if you're catching this on replay, what you plan to watch this weekend and what is on your watch list and what you're looking to watch in the coming week and weeks and what you're looking to pick up on physical media. Let me know that in the comments section. I'll catch these last few comments and then we'll get on with our Saturday. Let's see. Lutalo says, great picks. Thanks for sharing, James. And thank you all for joining. Hope y'all have an awesome, awesome Saturday. And we'll look to see you next time at the movies. Peace.